How's it going, Kittanning? Welcome back to the Greatest City in the World podcast. I have probably a short one for you today, but I feel like a very important one. I have Maggie Lewis-Smith with me from Keystone Family Alliance, and I'm assuming most of you probably have no idea what that is, but I heard about it just a few weeks ago, and I'm really excited about what they're trying to accomplish to kind of change the landscape for foster families in Armstrong County, and I think it's part of a bigger organization as well. Mm-hmm. And so I just want to learn a little bit more. Maggie, if you could just tell us about yourself and tell us about Keystone Family.
Sounds good. My name is Maggie, and I am the Armstrong County Coordinator for Keystone Family Alliance. We are a statewide Christian nonprofit that is dedicated to helping educate, equip, and motivate every Christian across PA to the situation that orphans and vulnerable children are in locally and globally. And the whole purpose of our ministry is wrapped around the verse James 1:27, where we're supposed to care for those that are vulnerable. And the whole baseline of our mission is that everybody can do something. We know not everybody is equipped to foster or adopt, but we want to help support those that are doing that, and then families in other positions as well, such as kinship families where relatives are taking on children very suddenly, and vulnerable families that may be facing the loss of their children due to a housing crisis, financial difficulties, and loss of childcare or treatment for substance abuse issues.
Yeah, I think a lot of people don't realize, the depth of the problems and the depth of the burden that's placed upon someone that decides to do that. Tell me a little bit about the background for you. Like, how did this come to be on your heart, and how did you decide to get involved with this?
Well, I've always been very interested in adoption. Ever since I was 4 years old, my family sponsored a kid that was overseas, and they put his picture on my door.
Oh, wow.
So every day I'd talk to him, and that just kind of planted the seed in me from there. But I found out about Keystone Family Alliance through actually someone who attends your church. They had posted about an interest meeting that the organization had to see if they could get things started in Armstrong. And I thought, well, that'd be an interesting thing that I could volunteer for, and then before I knew it, I was in a job interview without realizing it was a job interview. But I'm very excited about the fact that it was a job interview, and that this is something that we're going to be bringing to Armstrong.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. I've just started following you on Facebook a couple weeks ago, and it seems like things are progressing really quickly.
Oh yeah.
So this is, like you said, a Christian nonprofit that partners with, you're partnering with the government foster program essentially to help?
So our hope is to make connections with local CYF, and I've been in communication with them since before we officially launched, and they've been really good about talking with me. Our hope is to support the families that they work with, as well as families outside of that, such as people going through more informal care situations like kinship relationships.
Right. So those are ones where it's not going through a government foster process, or it's not a court-ordered thing.
Yeah.
And it's just, just families stepping up, but they could use some help.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, awesome. So give me a little bit of an idea, what are some of the things that you would hope to be doing, more detailed of how can people help if they decide that they want to get involved?
Well, there's a lot of different ways that people can help. As far as an individual basis, I try to plaster my contact information everywhere so that people can reach out to me, but we're looking for people who would like to help kind of direct the mission in the county. I'm trying to assemble a team of volunteers that, have their ears to the ground and have connections that could help kind of guide us where we're going. But then as far as on an individual basis goes, if you know of anybody that is struggling that you think would benefit from connecting with our services, or if you hear of another service in the county or a church that has a similar ministry that might want to get involved, being that connecting point is really a big thing that I'm looking for from individuals. Now, as far as on a more organization-wide front, our goal is to partner with churches and individuals within the churches to help provide different services. So one of the primary services that we have is Gateway. It's an online portal that's I describe as Facebook Marketplace in reverse. Families that are in need can contact me, or if they have a caseworker involved with them, their caseworker can contact me or post directly on the site as to what the family needs, and then it will go out to everybody who signs up. And then if you have the capability, or if your church has the capability, your women's group, book club, whatever, signs up for it, you can claim that, and it puts you directly in touch with either the caseworker handling it or the family that requested it, and it gets that need met. So that's a great thing you can do as an individual or on behalf of your church. And then beyond that, one of the biggest things we're looking for is people to volunteer on care communities. Those are teams of 4 to 8 volunteers in a church that are willing to wrap around a family for the minimum of a year, but we generally ask for 2, just to really help them with the day-to-day things that go on in their life. Because a lot of people don't realize whenever you start fostering, there's like court appointments, doctor's appointments, you have to balance all of that. A lot of times people have biological kids on top of that they're also trying to juggle.
Right.
So our hope is to help alleviate some of that burden. And the same with kinship families, they actually don't have the same kind of supports that foster families do to begin with. So we're hoping to really wrap around them and help lift them up during that.
Yeah. So if someone out there sees this video and they say, yeah, I want to be a part of that, they can go on and sign up for Gateway. And then on there, a family might post, hey, we have all these doctor's appointments, but we're struggling with gas. If someone wanted to provide a gas card or something like that, or provide a ride to somewhere, or clothing needs, or whatever it might be. They will post all those things on there, and then someone can sign up and just say, hey, I can do that.
Yeah. Well, if someone has a personal need and they're not involved with a caseworker that we're currently working with, I ask that they reach out to me, because then I can post it for them, and it kind of helps streamline the process a little more. But that is effectively the hope. We'd like to get as many organizations on there as caseworkers that are working with these families and know that they're in need, so that they can start doing it directly. But until that time, I'm kind of the point person. So.
Yeah. So if they want to do that, they could sign up for the Gateway. What about how do they become part of a team to come alongside a foster family in that way?
Well, the best way to join up with a team is to find a church that is currently working with us. Now, as we're just getting started in the county, that might be a little bit difficult, but if you think that's, a ministry that your church should get involved in, you can bring it up to the leadership there, and then, of course, contact me. Like I said, I plaster my information everywhere, but give me a call, and I'll happily come talk to the church and see what we can get started in your congregation.
Okay. Yeah, it sounds great. I think we're planning to have you at our church on a coming Sunday morning to present, and hopefully get something started at Living Water. And it'd be awesome to see a bunch of different churches get involved, and we can make a big difference that way.
Yeah, I'm very excited about it.
There's so many times where, I believe Christians really have heart that they want to help, but a lot of times they just don't know where to start. And so it's pretty exciting that you guys are building this framework. And so it's like, hey, if you want to start, this is what you do. And if you can get over that kind of first step anxiety, then you've already taken care of all that. So that's really great.
Yeah. Well, our whole motto is everybody can do something. What's your something?
Yeah.
Because like we said, we know not every family is equipped to take in multiple children or even just one child. But there's always something that you can do to support the families that are, and there really is such a huge heart for it in the area. I've been so excited to see how many churches have reached out to me naturally, and then how many have responded whenever I've reached out to them. So it definitely seems like it's something that's taking off. Armstrong has definitely the heart and the need for it. So
that's great. Do you have any statistics as far as the need? Like what's the scope of what you're trying to tackle here in Armstrong County?
So in Armstrong County, and this is from my last interaction with CYF, which has been a while, and it changes so constantly, so these numbers might not be quite accurate.
Sure.
But last I had talked to them, they have 48 children officially in care, but that's not counting, every family that they have eyes on that may be in danger of their children being removed, or kinship families that they might know of but they might not be formally involved with.
Yeah.
So while 48 doesn't seem like a huge number, assuming that there are hundreds of children in the county, that's just how many we know of.
Right.
That's part of why I'm looking for community interaction, and I want to see if you know somebody, if you hear about your neighbor's kid's cousin, that they need help, that's who I need to contact me, and so we can go find that family and help them out.
Yeah, definitely. And when you hear that, like I said, that's not a huge number, but that's also a good thing because it's like there's way more than 48 churches in Armstrong County, I'm
Exactly.
assuming.
Oh, yeah.
And so if every church just got involved and helped one, we would make a total difference. I know I heard some statistics a little while ago. They probably came from you at one point. What's the average time that a foster family stays fostering?
Well, 50% of foster families will quit fostering within the first year of doing it.
Okay.
And 90% will quit within 2 years.
Okay. And so that's why I'm assuming you're asking for that 1 or 2 year commitment, because we want to push
Yes.
that number out. Because if you need to have foster families doing it, and if we can alleviate some of the pressure that's upon them, then obviously they'll be more likely to continue on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And given the appropriate support, we found that whenever we are able to wrap these teams around them, 90% continue on past that 2-year rate.
Yeah.
So, you always have those people that decide it doesn't quite mesh with their lifestyle. It's understandable, but, that 90% flip just blows it out of the water.
Yeah.
So,
Total game changer.
oh yeah.
And so that's what I think, like, it sounds like what you guys are doing is so tangible, so impactful. Like, it makes so much sense. And that's why I was really excited to meet you and talk to you.
Yeah.
I know you said you're putting all your contact info out there, so I would like to put it on the video too, and then obviously try to get as many people in touch with you as possible. What's the best way for people to, follow you? I'm assuming on Facebook or contact you directly. Let us know.
Yeah. You can always check out our website, keyfam.org. On there, there's a Find My County map. You go to Armstrong, and it will give you a list of different organizations we work with. It helps get you directly in contact with me. And it right there, actually, it kind of streamlines it so that you can sign up for Gateway through that page.
Nice.
I always recommend poking around on the website for just a little more information about who we are and what we do. But our Facebook page is another great way to do it. We are a group, and it's just called Armstrong County Keystone Family Alliance. So it's not the shortest name, but it's very descriptive.
Sure. I can put all those links in the description. And is that the best way to contact you? It'd be like message the Facebook page, or how do people get in touch with you if they want to learn more?
Yeah, either message the Facebook page or my email through Keystone Family Alliance, which is just Maggie, Maggie, @keyfam.org. Or, yeah, that's it.
Okay.
That's generally the best way to get me. I'm on my email almost all hours of the day, so.
Very good. Okay. Well, is there anything else that you want to tell us right now, or are we good? Did we cover it pretty well?
Yeah, I think that covered it pretty well. I hope to hear from all of you.
Absolutely. And I will, like I said, I'll post all those links. If you want to get in touch with Maggie, or if you want to learn more, go check all that stuff out. And hopefully, maybe a year or two from now, we'll do an update and we'll be able to tell the awesome story of all the people that came together and all the impact that's happened in Armstrong.
Yeah.
All right.
That'd be great. Thank you.
Yep. Bless you guys. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you in the next one.